Abraham Lincoln once said, "Government of the people, by the people, for the people." But what does that mean? Good day everyone, my name is Erica Bonales and today we are gonna discuss about the democratic interventions in political institutions. First is political democracy. It is a political power exercise in a nation which is fairly contributed and shared by the people. The citizens have the right to legislate through performing the rights of suffrage and delegate the serving representative for a certain position. So as we all know, Philippines is a democratic country. And as a democratic country, we uphold political democracy. Kita nga mga Pilipino, citizens of the Philippines, have the rights to participate in the decision-making process through voting on elections o ginatawag dato nga suffrage or through electing a representatives nga mo make og decisions in our behalf. Next is political institutions. Political institutions are government organizations that intend to establish, enforce, and implement laws in a state. Their function is to negotiate conflicts, create political policies, uphold economic stabilities, and promote social and cultural systems, including population concerns. So, there is a Philippines na atay three main political institutions. And that is legislative, executive, and judiciary. Si legislative ang gahimog law, si executive ang enforce sa law, o si judiciary ang ga-interpret sa law. So, ang main function anang political institutions is mag-enforce o mag-implement ang mga law nga para na stability, peace and order sa ato ang country. Next is democratic intervention. It is a political association being established to empower and protect pro-government ideas that aims to uphold widely the democratization of the country. So, from the word intervention, sa Tagalog, panghihimasok. So, action ni siya nga ginahimo sa government or sa isa ka organization para ma-address ang isa ka issue or ang isa ka problem. Ang naman yung mga case sa kanang sa laing nasod or sa isa ka community nga mawala ang ilahang democracy. So, as a result, magkagubot, may mga conflict, and usually nga, so kailangan i-apply ang democratic intervention. And usually nga ang ginagamit nga democratic intervention is military force nga para ma-suppress ang mga kagubot o conflict na nahitabo and ma-uphold ang democracy through democratic intervention. So another example of political intervention is sa SSG bitaw, diba, gina-encourage ta nila nga iboto nato sila. And that is a form of political intervention because they are promoting participation in the election process. Next is the 4 democratic interventions in politics. So first we have political corruption, one of the undemocratic practice that is present in the political system. It can hibernate social ills that suddenly haunt societies in the world. The reason why people are dissatisfied with their leadership is because they forgot to provide necessary needs of the people, including their safety, protection from fast-growing economic change, and failure to include them in their programs and other project implementation. So here in the Philippines, grabe ang corruption, ang pantyod. And because of that, dili masolusyonan or dili mahatagang pansin ang basic needs sa mga tao. Kaya imbis ang kwarta nga gilaan para sa mga tao, gibulsa sa mga government official for their own personal gain. And so, kailangan og democratic intervention. Kailangan i-apply ang democratic intervention for corruption para ma-eradicate ni siya nga ang democratic practice sa ato ang government. The second one is basic needs. Poverty and hunger are two of the most common complaint by most of the societies if this unable to undertake and solve. The agony between the rich and the poor is continuing to grow, and there is a mechanism that leads to create extra activities like prostitution, robbery, human trafficking, drug syndicate just to survive in said problem. So, sa Pilipinas, dako kayo ang gap between the rich and the poor. Kita na to ang kapobre. Grabe ang kagutom o kapobre sa ato ang country. And isa na siya sa mga common problem na kailangan nato masolusyonan. Kay, for example, if wala solusyon ana, ang mga tao ma-engage sila sa mga undemocratic practices. Just like tong giingon ako gaina nga robbery, prostitution and all, ginabuhat na nila kay sa kapobre and just to survive. Labi na karon nga ang mga palitunon is mahal kaayo o grabe pud kalisod ang kinabuhi. And but I don't support or I do not condone that action because kabalo man kita nga mali gid na. And so kailangan na ay mag-intervene, na ay mangimasok para masugpo ang problem sa poverty ug hunger para ma-achieve nato ang democracy. That's why we need democratic intervention para sa basic needs. The third one is association. This includes democratic biases that weakens traditional family bond and kinship, which were discouraged to exist by putting pressures of work, migration, and urbanization. There's a huge distance of government in providing assistance and concern to the ordinary citizens that causes low amount of livelihood support and led leaders to a highly corrupt, self-centered, and inefficient head of state. Example ni kay political dynasties. Magpamilya nga mga naasa government, sila na lang pirmi ang galingkod sa mga lain-lain posisyon sa gobyerno. And because of that, nimo siyang root sa corruption kay sa ila lang na nagtuyok ang pamahalaan. Wala dili mahatagan og pansin ang tinuod nga problema sa ato ang nasod, sa atong lipunan. So mas gadako ang gap between the rich and the poor. Naay mga association nga kailangan gyud og democratic intervention kay galala ang kapobre o kagutom sa ato ang nasod. Next is the last one is participation. Active participation of citizens is imperatively effective in promoting democratic practices in the country. People's engagement in various collective action to execute voluntary services can help tackle and solve problems. Exercising our responsibility in political processes determines that we work together, collide to each other, and ensure to one another that we have one common goal to achieve. So, makasify na to ang Pilipinas nga democratic country kay we have the freedom to participate in different organization nga nasa tong country or sa ato ang community. And as what I've said, if kita natay karapatan mo participate, meaning to say natay democracy. If wala tay participation or wala tay freedom nga makaparticipate, wala tay democracy. Through democratic intervention, if i-apply nato siya sa participation, natay freedom nga mopili sa gusto nato nga mga samahan or organization. Kaya kaning organization, naman sila common goal nga gusto ma-achieve. For example, if ang isa ka organization is about pagtataguyod sa kalikasan. So, ang ilang main goal ani is about protecting our nature. So, I guess that ends our discussion for today. Always remember that democracy is a journey, not a destination. It requires constant effort and participation from all of us. So let's work together to make our democracy stronger every day.